So now we're going to go in and make all of our internal connections inside of the box. So for that, we're going to have our previously assembled mounting plate and other boards on there. We're going to have our two 1-inch wires, our two 3-inch wires, and our two 3-inch cable harnesses. In addition, we're also going to have our SD card, as this is a good time to plug that in. For tools, we will need our precision 1.8 millimeter flathead screwdriver. So we can start on this end. We're going to be making a connection between the battery system to the battery monitor. So for that, we'll use our two 1-inch short connectors here. So we'll be connecting this terminal here, BAT, to the terminal marked V out on the bottom. Here you see the plus and minus indication. So plus is the terminal away from me, minus is the terminal closest to me. On the bottom side, we see the V out terminal, with minus being further from me, plus being closest to me. So we're going to take our black short connection and go from minus to minus. We'll place that in and screw this down just until you feel some good tension against it. We don't want to over tighten and crush these connectors. So we'll now go over to the top side, plug this in again to minus, and tighten this down. We'll now repeat the process with the yellow connector for the positive or plus. Okay, so that connection is now complete. Now we will go and make the connection from the battery monitor, battery controller, to the logger itself. So we'll be going from this connector, marked system, where the positive is closest to me, the negative is further away from me, to the terminal here, marked BAT, which has the positive further away from me, the negative closer to me. We will start again connecting the negative terminal, screwing it down in the same fashion. And if you have trouble with any of these connections, make sure that they are all the way unscrewed if you're having trouble fitting the connector into it. Okay, so there we have our connection from the battery monitor, battery controller, to the logger itself. We'll now make one more connection from here, which will allow us to monitor the status of the battery charger and controller. So we will use one of our cable harnesses. We will connect that in here. As I was saying, make sure these are all unscrewed, and just insert that in here with black furthest away from me, green closest to me. We will then screw each one of these down. We will then bring that over to this connection, this terminal here, with black furthest to the right, like so. We will then tighten this down, and now we will make one last connection, the adapter board on the bottom side. So we can start here. Here we will have green furthest to the right, black furthest to the left, like so. We will tighten that down. Then we will pass this cable through this groove here up to the top. Here we will have it with black furthest to the right, green furthest to the left, like so. Take that and connect it to the top side to the logger. So again, with black on the right, green on the left, and we will go and insert it over here into port 3, and we will screw that down as before. So next we will install the SD card. So now we have our SD card, and we're going to place that in here. So we're going to place our SD card in here and press in until it seats. It may take a little bit of pressure, but should not take too much. That is the appropriate amount of indent that should be seen. So that is a properly seated SD card. So now we have our fully assembled internal connections. Now we can go and place this in the box and make the external connections.